Today I'm fly fishing for bass so that I can test different fly patterns so that you don't have to waste your time doing what I'm doing today. Follow me as I search for which patterns work and which patterns do not. If you're new to fly fishing bass, you're going to be confused with this huge selection of bass flies. I mean, there are gobblers and gurplers and frogs and all sorts of stuff. You see this stuff in the store, but you do not know which one to use. So today I'm going to go through each one and we're going to cast these on the bank and I'm going to let you know which one works the best. Some of these flies don't even have names. I just kind of invented these myself, like some of these poppers and Clouser minnows and stuff, of course, are going to be in the fly shop. But this is one I'm really particular about. I'm wondering if this is going to catch anything. This is like a orange gurgler, like kind of popper fly. So I wonder if any bass will hit that. But I'm going to try these all out so that you know exactly what flies to use next time you're out fishing on your own. This is like a brown crayfish. It's got like two little eyes on there. They don't have a lot of weight. This will be perfect. We'll give it absolutely nothing. It looks so good. Just kind of what an interesting day for flies. All right, next fly is a fly that I just made up. You don't have these in the fly shop. This is a skirted balanced leech, basically. It's got lead eyes on it and barbell eyes, which I think is gonna help it sink just a little bit and get those bass to come out. Got bumped. Oh, got eaten first cast. There's one. Yeah, there we go. Well, I got one. Little guy. Right underneath here, if you cast as close as you can to that structure and then let it sink and strip, one always comes out. They're all hiding underneath there. There we go, there's one. There's the third cast, and there, nice. That was really cool because I had to like strip set that one. And I don't even have to let it settle down any before they just like absolutely crush it. Oh yes, there's one. Bass right underneath where that shaded area. I haven't even got to the shaded area yet, and I've got another one. There's bass loaded in there. See that dragonfly flying across there? And then over here, same thing. They're like right underneath there on the edge. Sure, there are bass kind of in here, but right over there is the main spot. Okay, so now we're gonna try this fly, which doesn't even look like a fly. It's just like blue and just kind of like rubbery. It just looks like some rubber got glued together, a couple of eyes put on there, but it looks like a little bait fish. So maybe if I strip it along the shoreline, we're gonna get something. It sinks really well. It's got some really good action in there. It sinks really fast. Oh, I already got a strike on it. We're gonna do like 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go like really aggressively and just let it sit. And then 1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah. All right, so I've got that silver fly on. I don't even know the name of it. We're just gonna, oh, that thing's got a lot of action to it. So like it's kind of darting left and right. So there we go. Missed one, dang. Something huge just took a swipe at it. There we go. On the, you can see those fish just kind of whack it because the sun really helps. Oh my gosh, come on, buddy. Come. I'm gonna do a fast retrieve, see what happens. Oh, yep, that's what they wanted. Yeah. Oh, you really have to let them take it. You let them hammer it and then just. All right, so we're gonna try Big Ugly in this back eddy here. We're just gonna be tossing him back in those weeds over there and see if he, oh, there's one. Oh, super slimy, but there's one. There's another one for Big Ugly. Yes, there we go, nice. Oh, that's a good fish. Mr. Blue Fly again. That was really cool. He just kind of, what's nice is that you're not gonna miss a lot on this fly. You're gonna hook up a lot. So this is like a jigging fly pattern that I bought at the fly shop. I don't think I could tie this as well. It looks like a Muppet basically. It's got this kind of chenille tail on it. Looks like a crawfish probably. They said to put it underneath an indicator and just kind of slowly pulse it. So let's see if this works. I would just call this the Muppet fly if I were to rename it. There is a name for it, but I'm sure the bass are gonna love this. It's just a big meal. Oh my gosh, this thing is it's so heavy. Oh, dang. Okay. Let's see, it's like floating on the top. But I think it like sinking slowly is really gonna help. Those bass love to eat stuff that's like sinking. They eat it on the way down. Some video I was watching, somebody said like bass eat like 80% of the time when it's sinking, and this thing sinks really slowly, even though it's like really weighted. It's got like some buoyancy to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna like let it sit. If I can't catch a bass in this hole with it, then this thing does not work. There we go, just like let it pulse and just like let it drop down and sit. It is, I'm surprised it hasn't worked yet. Everything else I put in here just gets bitten super fast. Unless I catch a fish with this fly on this cast, I would not use this fly. I would not recommend it. Maybe it's the wrong day, wrong color. I don't know, something's wrong. I would not use this. Yeah. Dang, it looks so good though. It just like pulsates, but it's really, really big. So maybe that's the problem. I don't know, maybe that's the problem. It's just too big for this bass. I don't know. Try a different fly. Pop, pop. Oh God, he just... Okay, so now I'm gonna throw it in there. I'm gonna let it sink just a little bit more. Oh, yes. Oh, missed that one. What's cool is that now that it's like sunny, I can see the takes. Oh God, missed it. This fly is just unreal. So that was pretty cool. There was a ton of fish that would eat this. And it just looks unscathed, no feathers unwrapped or anything, so super cool fly to get to just chuck out there. I'm sure we could probably catch a much bigger bass. But I'm gonna just try this out on a different spot and see if I can't catch more bass on it. But it pops like crazy. I think the bass really like that. Oh God, he just freaking inhaled that thing. Oh, that was cool. It's weighted really well, but like it's just got some good action in the water. It's got a big old hook on it. And when you're setting the hook, don't just jerk up like this, strip set it like, so you're gonna pull back with this arm and then you're gonna push with this rod here like this. Oh yeah, there we go. Dang, that is just so fun. It's fun to have a fly that you know is gonna work. You just come out here and just catch bass. And it works really well like in the sun. Another one for the, man, look how bedangled that thing is. It just looks so ugly, but the bass just love it. Where's in the corner of the mouth hole, his legs stuck in there. It's another one for, gosh, just hideous. I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to hook him because there's not a really wide gap in there. But I'm having no, I mean, I think I lost 2, landed 3. I think for bass, that's pretty good. Usually my hookup ratio isn't superb. For bass, I'll hook a lot, but I won't land a lot on the fly gear anyways. All right, let's try. Oh God, there's another one. Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna cast them out there into nowhere's land. There's no structure out here. There's like weeds over here. There's no structure. I'm just gonna cast them out here just into nowhere's land and see if I can catch one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Big one right in there. Little blue fly in there. Oh, that was pretty cool. When they take it, sometimes they take it and you miss it. Sometimes they take it and it's just like, oh, you just rip it right out of their mouth. But what's really cool is the sun's starting to get a little bit higher in the sky, so I can see down in there and I can see inside the water and I can see those fish just, One more on that blue looking fly. Really? Yeah, there we go. Yes. You have to have like a lot of control on the line to, nice. So the cool thing about this fly is that if you strip it really, really hard, it's gonna go way to the left and way to the right. Ah, nice. Hit it. Oh, yes. Ah, there's another one. Woo, got off. Dang, that was cool. Oh, we got it. No, he took it off. Oh, that's a nice. That's not a very big bass. It just looks like a weed. Okay, the next fly we're gonna try is this. It's like a weighted bugger. It's got some flash in there, and it's got a really wavy tail. So we're gonna put that about 4 feet under an indicator and try this out. There are a whole bunch of bass in this little area over here. We're gonna try a couple of different techniques. One is to just let it sit, and two is to actually retrieve it back a little bit. So number one is just let it sit, and have this, oh my God, something took the bobber. Tie this guy up. I'm sure they're just gonna eat the heck out of this. Now I guess you could fish this without an indicator. I'm gonna put an indicator on just so I can see it a little bit better. Tie it up. I'm just gonna throw it up here in my meat really, really well. So this is like, it's got like an orange tungsten bead on it, and then it's got some flash inside of here. I don't know how much that flash actually matters, but it's got this really long tail, and it just has some nice jigging action in the water. I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of, when it's upright like that, jigs in the water and does really, really well. So that fly obviously works super, super well. Let's try a couple of different other patterns while we're here. Okay, so I'm just gonna like let it sit. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna let it sit and let those bass come to the fly. There we go. Yeah. Actually, didn't really want to catch a trout, but caught a little tiny trout here. It's like I gotta go back. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, well that's bass number 2 for. There we go. There's another one. Yes, and this is a bass. Another bass. Oh, another bass for the fly rod. There we go. There's another one. Oh, man. I don't know that TRD was working so well. All right, so it's a little bit windier of a day today. I'm gonna tie this on. This is gonna be like the first cast of the day. I haven't seen any bass come up this morning, but usually they're just popping in this lake, just like left and right. A lot of the little tiny bass will just go nuts because there's dragonflies like all over. Okay, there we go. We're gonna tie this up. I've never had a pattern like this. I've never thought about fishing a saltwater popper for bass. I don't think anybody's ever done that, but I bought these really just brightly colored blue and white kind of popper heads because it makes a lot of action in the water. I don't know, the bass seem to key in on that like splashing, so we're gonna see if this guy works. All right, there we go. Okay, so he's all tied up now. This is the craziest fly I have ever tied up in my life. It's just got bedanglies all over the place. It's got like a lot of action on it. I've got 2 different colors on here, a bright white tail, a hook on here, which hopefully I can hook these bass because there's not a lot of gap in there. It's not a wide gap, but I have a saltwater popper head on it that kind of swivels a little bit. So we're gonna try this out. This is the craziest pattern I have ever tied up, but let's see if it works for bass. Who knows? I don't even know I'm not even sure if this is gonna work in the water because I've never tied a fly up like this. It's got such action on it, but I don't know. Let's see if the bass are gonna like it. Oh my God, look at it just sitting in the water there. Got another bass here on this guy. God, when are we gonna get some big ones? That's really nice because you got this guy right there. And I probably hooked, I don't know, 5 or 6 here with this. Oh, there's another one. Oh, okay, 7, just missed that one. The other thing too is when it's like moving, I think they are gonna eat it more aggressively, but they're gonna miss it. Like it's not gonna go in their mouths. Oh, this is perfect right here. Okay, so far this thing has just crushed those bass. I probably hooked 4 and probably landed 4, missed 8 or 9 bass already. It's been like the first half hour of the morning. There's a couple of modifications right off the bat that I would make a little bit wider gap. I wouldn't make this so dangly. I would probably make it a little more streamlined so it's a little bit easier to cast. But yeah, dude, this thing's just crushing them this morning. I'm gonna fish this 4 different ways. So this fly, I'm gonna fish 4 different ways. One is I'm just gonna plop it out there and just let it sit. A lot of times when you plop it out there, those bass are just gonna jump on it right away. So that's gonna be number one. Number two is I'm gonna plop it out there, pop it twice and let it sit. Pop it twice, let it sit, and then recast. So that's technique number two. Technique number three is just to skate it. So just have it just skate along and maybe even troll along, have it on my boat and I'll just kind of row back and just have it trolling. I've also had bass just come up and eat this just out of nowhere. So it's just sitting there. It's been sitting there for minutes. I'm just tying up something else or just having a drink or something and that bass will come up. So I think the best technique is to put it on the bank and pop it out a couple times and then have them slam it. The problem is if you're moving it too much, those bass are gonna have a hard time. There's gonna be a lot of misses. So I'm hoping that I can find the best technique. So not only does this fly work, I think it's already proven itself, but we're gonna find the best technique to use this. Okay, so we've got a really nice bank right here, and I'm gonna try to work this bank the best I can. So I put it out there, and then nothing happened, pop, pop, just let it sit. 2 little short pops, let it sit. A lot of times we'll just hit it right there. Okay, and then we're gonna pop it closer. Nothing. The other thing is on a bright sunny day too, you can see into the water and you can see those bass like following it, so you can see what they like. It's so overcast, even with my polarized glasses, I can't see. There we go, it's starting to look pretty mangled. Oh, yes, oh! Dang. You know, in these windy conditions, this fly is really nice because I think if those bass are looking up, they're trying to see like a dragonfly or something, which I haven't seen any dragonflies in the water at all today because it's just so windy. And so I think those bass are like, they want to look up and they want to see those dragonflies, but it's very difficult. So if you're fishing this like really windy water and you're getting these huge takes in the windy, choppy water, I think those bass just love that. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. Yes. Oh, that was cool. If you have any questions about which patterns I used, the materials I used for some of the patterns that I invented myself, just leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. But I really do appreciate you watching, and I will catch you on the next video.